So Grokbot is out, but it's from the same company who, when they released the last agent, accidentally took everyone's code, apparently. So I don't know what to make of this here. It's a weird trend in the world of AI. It's another $200 subscription that you're going to have to pay. So someone like me, I already paid for Claude $200 because their $20 plan, $20 month one is awful. Their $100 one was not enough for the amount of vibe coding I was doing, but it maybe be enough for some people. Then I have ChatGPT is like 100, so is that 200 actually? And then this one's another 200. If I want to run some local AI, I need to spend a couple of thousand on some hardware. I mean, it's completely insane. So this whole Grokbot thing, the only cool thing about it is that you can now talk to different agents at the same time using their stuff. And that's basically it. It's just seemingly a better version of Buzz, which was Jack Dorsey's version that he made. And the weird thing with all of these releases is I feel like the way the world is right now is that you release to meet an expectation, which is such a bizarre situation to be in. You no longer innovate, really. You don't go, wow, this is so new. It's like everybody's doing the same stuff. Everybody's just using connectors to connect their AI agents to other things. Everybody's trying to figure out how to get other agents to just kind of talk to each other without copy and pasting. But the point is, you still can copy paste, so it's basically the same kind of thing. In any case, basically all it's supposed to do is allow you to then chat to AI from different places, like your phone, like your computer, all synced up. Now, why that's not just the standard blows my mind. The reason I use ChatGPT and pay for their $100 or 200, I can't remember, but the reason I pay for them is so that I can go on my phone and just open up the remote session that's on my computer and use the same thing. Claude doesn't have it. What the heck? Why not? Sure, I can try and set one up in SSH and all this, but oh my goodness, why don't they have an application that I can just use to talk to it? Well, anyway, this is what Grokbot fixes. Now you can talk to all your agents in one place on any device. Fandabby-dozy. But they're going to possibly, will they make a slip up again and take all your code? Which, if you didn't know, basically, when they released their last Grok agent, they then, every time you're chatting to them, they were then just going and taking that code and they're just storing it or whatever. And so then the problem becomes that everybody then was like, oh my gosh, why have they got our code? And they're like, oh, it was an accident. We didn't mean it. And then they go buy Cursor and they've got Cursor now and Grok. Grok's rubbish. Everyone knows that. It's just trained on Twitter. Then they now are realizing they're not going to win the model game. So you have like Zuck is not going to win the model game, so he goes open source. You have Elon not going to win the model game, so then they're like, we're going to build the middle layer because then we can get all of the data without having to provide the core best bit. We can just provide this kind of middle layer. And you know what? I'm sure Grokbot is going to be great. You know, I'm sure Cursor is going to be fantastic. But it just still bleeds into this problem of like, I'm sick of paying for different AI subscriptions that do basically the same thing. Like even the Claude guy, man, and he's like, oh, I just set goals now and I just let them run for like 4 days at a time. It's like, yeah, well, I hope your goal, one, really matters, and two, is really specific so that it creates the right thing. You know, and what do? Just say, make no mistakes and just automatically press enter all the time. I don't know. I'm not sold on it. Whenever I do these kind of things, like I'll come back in the morning and then be like, "You missed this," and he'll be like, "Ah, sorry," and then it'll just go do it again. I mean, it's crazy. I think they're just trying to rinse us because basically the market used to be that you would get this AI stuff and sell it to people who would implement it, and then they would save time and money or make money. But it moved from saving time and money to making money, and the making money with AI became teaching people about AI. I kind of get caught up in that trend too, but the problem now is that the consumers of AI are a new pool of people, a new group who are using AI, as opposed to being people who are seeing an advantage from using AI. So it's like it's turned or not, I don't know if turned is the right word, but like in the YouTube sphere, it's turned from being like a B2B to a B2C. Because instead of making content that other businesses would watch, now you make content that like other content creators would watch and that other people would watch. So you'll notice it with like the top creators. And Grokbot is kind of like a perfect example of that right now, and OpenClaw and all these things, where it's like these are just things that people, normal people, are just spending money on. So now you're just wasting a couple of $100 every month to them. You know, and it's so sneaky. It started free, then $20. And then once you're used to the subscription and it's part of your daily life talking to AI and you want to build stuff and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Then suddenly you start to then be willing to pay more. So like for me, it went from an expense that was personal to then like a business expense. And then it became like a core part of my job to have all of these subscriptions. But yeah, it's just ridiculous. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think that this is a good direction we're moving in? Or are we just getting supplied with the tools that we already should have had and didn't seem that hard to make? Anyway, let me know what you think. I'll see you later.